So a few days ago, I was just kind of scrolling through my social media feeds, and I found out that there are over 200,000 lakes that exist in the province of Ontario. And so this got me thinking, how many lakes exist in all of Canada, my country? I never kind of realized this, but it amounts to about 2 million. I found out that my country has the most lakes per country in the world. And then I thought, how many lakes exist in the world? And it's estimated from a 2014 study that 117 million lakes exist in the world currently. 117 million bodies of water that are probably mostly named at this point only account for 0.013% of all water that exists on Earth. The Earth is covered in roughly 71% water. Of that 71%, 96.5% is all ocean. So the water that you swim at, the water that you drink, the water that exists inside of our bodies in snow and ice only account for a tiny percentage of all water that exists. That includes tens of millions to about 100 million lakes and all the tiny rivers, the water that's in our atmosphere, and especially the fresh water we have left. The fresh water we use in our sinks, in our toilets, and what we drink, what we bathe in, what we swim in. There is a tiny percentage of fresh water left, and as the population grows, there continues to be this growing percentage of humans that have limited to no access to clean water and have to do unspeakable things that I could not even imagine. Today is March 22nd, 2019, and today we celebrate World Water Day. It's not so much of a celebration day, it's a day to try and understand what we're doing to our planet and how we can change. Water scarcity already affects every continent on this planet. It affects 2.8 billion people at least once a month. There's only 7.5 or 7.7 billion people that exist. Why must we let this happen? Why must we live in a world where, depending on where you are treated differently, you have access to different things? And don't even get me started on the distribution of wealth. It just doesn't make sense, and I can't really begin to wrap my head around what's going to happen if we don't change. Water is already and about to become a luxury item. What we need to survive, what our body is made of, is becoming an issue. There's so much going on, and we can't get a handle on any of it. Of course, there are lots of scientists and researchers and everyday human beings and some celebrities as well that are trying to put their money towards fixing the water crisis or trying to allow access, because it's a basic human right. We need it to survive. If we don't have liquids, our body doesn't work. If the earth doesn't have liquids, the nature system gets fucked up. If we start to use up all of this water and not so much use it, but pollute it and ruin it, what is going to be left for our future? This year's motto for World Water Day is leaving no one behind. It is a sad and unfortunate reality and fact that roughly 700 children under 5 die each day from diarrhea linked to unsafe water and poor sanitary conditions. Why is there such a divide between some of the poorest people and some of the richest people? Why must that divide exist? Why is that allowed? Today we should reflect on that and reflect on ways that we can change the world that we are trying to better. There will be a few links in the description for you to follow and try and understand what I'm talking about. I guess a message right now is don't take everything for granted. You don't know what people are dealing with at this very moment that you're watching this video or some distant time.